may conflict of interest ang mga independent evaluators na to. Kaya bago po kayo lumisan sa Marina, pinag-iisipan nyo na po na ikansila ang serbisyo ng mga independent evaluators base on the principles of conflict of interest.
Sinabi nila, okay na po kami dyan. Okay na, we agree with your findings. Suddenly, when I was relieved, and they are saying na ibalik yung MLC sa training center. That's questionable. During my last meeting with you, okay na kayo? And that's sasabihin mo. When the administrator changed, you're telling me that it's a killer. Where did it come from? Why did you not tell me that before? Because I can explain to you na mali yung sinasabi mo. Kung titignan mo yung process ng MLs, ng independent evaluator, they will come up with a finding and then the report will be coming from me to the IMO.
Yes.
Not even the two. In fact, they will be doing the report for me to submit to, because I hired them hinire ko sila So if you hire people to divide the industry, I will not allow that.
Welcome to another edition of Usapang Maritime. This time on Mariner's Standpoint. I am Engineer Art Serafico, your host.
Now, I have with me the response of the Philippines wherein ito yung comment ng EMSA. Gusto ko lang basahin very specifically for us to understand. Ang problema kasi when EMSA came, instead na ipa-inspect natin yung ongoing curriculum, pina-scrutinize natin yung incoming curriculum na i-implement natin 2020. So that's where the problem lies. So ito yung nangyari dun sa scrutiny nila na sa JCMMC 01 2019. Sabi niya dito, the provisions of section 4 and 6 of JCMMO number 1 of 2019 include some training courses aiming at the management level competencies required by section 832 of the STCW code for second engineer officers and chief engineer officers. The curriculum mapping for the BS MARE program specified in Annex A to JCMMC number 1 of 2019 includes reference to all 14 competencies specified in Table A32 of Section A-32 of the STCW code. In short, sinasabi ni EMSA, okay, nailagay nyo lahat yung MLC dyan, all the 14 competencies. Ito ngayon yung findings. However, the curriculum mapping does not address 4 of the knowledge, understanding, and proficiency. 4. KUP yun Yung competencies, 14. Kompleto tayo. Mas marami yung KUPs. Pero sinasabi ni EMSA, 4. Kulang kayo ng 4 para kompleto na. So yun yung nakalagay dito. So how do we address this? You should amend the JCMMC 01 2019 and i-add yung kakulangan natin. So that must
only the 4.
Only the 4 supposed to be so that we satisfy EMSA. Actually, yun yung action natin. Now, our action is sinasabi ni Admiral Medina, gumawa tayo ng kasi hindi natin pwedeng implement si 19. We have to amend that. So, ang amendment ng 2019 is JCMMC 01 series of 2022, which is our submission. Nandun sa submission natin sa EMSA, ito na yung gagawin natin to address your findings. Dito sa bagong curriculum, yung improvement ng curriculum ng 2019, ito na yung bago. Dito, lagay na namin lahat. This will be a perfected, a better, enhanced curriculum of 2019. Better than CMO 67, enhanced by 2014.
Sir Bob, ayon sa isang article na sinulat ng Marine World na kung saan nakapanayam po kayo sa issue ng MLC, nakasad po dito na kino-question ninyo ang integridad ng independent evaluators na di umano'y nakipag-usap sa mga namamahala ng mga training centers. Sinabi nyo dito na may conflict of interest ang mga independent evaluators na to. Kaya bago po kayo lumisan sa Marina, pinag-iisipan nyo na po na ikansila ang serbisyo ng mga independent evaluators base on the principles of conflict of interest.
Yeah. Thank you for that question. Siguro hindi ko sasagutin muna yung conflict of interest. And when the right forum comes, I will respond to that. And I am even willing to undergo lie detector test to make sure that what I'm saying hindi gawa-gawa ako lamang. Pero kung titignan mo yung process ng independent evaluators, I met with our independent evaluators before I left Marina. Ang naging issue talaga dyan yung MLC. Kasi yung independent evaluator, maraming very comprehensive yan eh. And you pinpoint the MLC, very minute yan. Ang sabi ko sa kanila, why did you make it as a finding? It's already a finding in EMSA. It's already resolved. Our address to the MLC problem is already with EMSA. We just have to implement it. So I don't have to answer you again kasi I would just answer you to refer to our response with EMSA. So we are good with that, sabi niya. Okay yan, we are good with that. Even Captain Jeff Solon was within the meeting and the other officials of Marina who are telling na kailangan ng MLC sa ano. So, kasama yan. There is nothing mentioned about killer. There's no mention. I was wondering, nung sinabi nila, okay na po kami dyan. Okay na, we agree with your findings. Suddenly, when I was relieved, and accordingly, during the interview, ang nagsabi doon na independent evaluator, killer, yung MLC. And they are saying na ibalik yung MLC sa training center. That's questionable. When you told me during my last meeting with you, okay na kayo, and that's sasabihin mo. When the administrator changed, you're telling me that it's a killer. Where did it come from? Why did you not tell me that before? Because I can explain to you na mali yung sinasabi mo. And then, if you look at the MLC, yung sinasabi niya na yung sa findings sila na yung advisory, tinutukoy niya yung advisory ko na ninalify ko yung ano. Ang sinasabi niya doon, hindi daw structure. There is no structure in that because I just nullified the SDCW advisory of the previous administrator. So I think the independent evaluation, meron naman siyang mga findings dyan. We can respond to that. Kung titignan mo yung process ng MLs, ng independent evaluator, they will come up with a finding and then the report will be coming from me to the IMO.
Yes.
Not even the two. Ibig sabihin, tapos na. After they submit the report, in fact, they will be doing the report for me to submit to, because I hired them hinire ko sila So if you hire people to divide the industry, I will not allow that. Because matagal na tayong, So sana, the independent evaluators will not do anything that will discredit. Because they are here to help us. And if you discredit that, there is a problem with that. So, when I say that I have plans not to continue with, I am serious with that. Dapat nga sila na mismo magsabi na, sir, nadidivide na namin yung industry nyo. Hindi na namin tutuloy. Sorry for all the problems that I have caused you. Ganun dapat That's how to help us. Diba? I think we made some problematic issue on this. So I think yung conflict of interest, if there is a need for me to go in a proper form, I will go. And I'm willing to have a lie detector test together with the person that I'm talking to prove that what I'm saying is true.
Thank you for that, Sir Bob, kasi kami saludo dahil meron kayong dedikasyon para talagang itama natin yung nangyayari. I think lahat ng mga issue na lumalabas ngayon, kaya nagre-react ang mga seafarers, ay dahil sa nakikita nila merong questionable sa mga nangyayari sa ngayon. So, in fact, nararamdaman ko yung sakit na kino-question yung competency ng mga seafarers natin. Para bang Pilipinas lang ang hindi nakaka-comply sa buong mundo sa laki nitong question sa ating competency. Pero kung titignan mo, ilan nga ba ang percentage ng aksidente na involving ang Filipino seafarers? So, doon pa lang, questionable na yung why make the MLC an issue. Tingin ko, nagagampanan natin na maayos. In fact, the number of seafarers on board worldwide trade, napakarami.
Kung tignan mo yung data ng Europe in 2018, there are 30,000, more or less 30,000 officers and masters, chief, yung sa Pilipinas. Next is Ukraine, around 70 nata, and Russia 13. Lamang tayo ng 50,000 sa Russia. Lamang tayo ng more than 10,000 sa Ukraine. Considering na Ukraine is part of Europe. And I think in 2021, we even increased our number. I think nag 40,000 na yun. So, they are saying na hindi capable, hindi competent yung ano. Why are we increasing in our deployment? Because the ship owners believe that they are at peace and they believe that their ship are safe when they deploy officers, chief mate and masters who are Filipino seafarers.
Thank you, sir. Ang tagal na po ng issue ng EMSA. Nagsimula ito 2006. So, around 16 years na po ito. Bakit hindi pa rin po nare-resolba? At ano po ang dahilan bakit paulit-ulit or bumabalik-balik sa atin ng EMSA para lang pilitin tayong sumunod or baguhin, i-correct ang sistema natin?
They came in 2006, may findings tayo, hindi natin kinomply. Bumalik sila ng 2010, may findings, hindi nila kinomply. So, very lenient actually yung EMSA sa atin. So, because of their leniency, nagiging tayo, relax. Parang hindi naman tayo yan. And now, they are coming up with an ultimatum.